Hey everybody, it's Mr. Movies87 here with a fun tech demo video for the ASUS ROG Ally. If you guys have followed me on Twitter for the last while, you'll know that I picked this thing up for myself back in September of last year as a fun little new job gift. Got this like a few days before I started my new job back in September. For those who may not know, the ASUS ROG Ally is a still relatively new handheld PC from ASUS. The ROG is Republic of Gamers. If you know, also like the Steam Deck is essentially a competitor to that, more or less. Here, I have the site up here for more of a visual reference. Here, I'm going to be showing off what all this thing can do, what all I use it for as well, just for something fun there. I've been wanting to do this video for quite a while actually, but didn't have the means to do so until I got a proper dock for it and all that. I have an off-brand, well, not really sure if it's off-brand. The brand is JSaux, JSAUX. Sits in one dock for the Ally here. So I have it plugged in right now with its own power supply, with the Ally's power supply plugged into the dock that has another cable that goes into the top of the Ally. And then I have a whole array of cables plugged in the back there. HDMI out support, multiple USB cables. It has an Ethernet cable slot as well. I just have this on Wi-Fi for right now, which works plenty well enough for me. Right now I have my USB mouse, my keyboard, and my headset all plugged into the dock here as well. Just set up on my desk here, all nice and tidy there. A lot of wires, true, but they're all like tucked out of the way, so that works out well enough there. And I've used this thing just about every single day since I've gotten it. This thing is a powerful little machine. It has the what's known as the Z1 Extreme processor inside. Now, I'm not really that tech savvy at all to like really know the full details of the specs and all that here. What I do know is that this chip is very, very powerful. It can run pretty much any PC game on it quite well, at high settings like 1080, 80p, and beyond there and all that. One little shortcoming with it, though, is that the battery life on this thing really isn't that stellar. Especially in comparison to like the Steam Deck, where I've heard that thing has very, very good battery life. The Ally here kinda doesn't. You'll burn through the battery fairly quickly if you're playing like really, really high-end PC games here and such. Which really can be offset if you just have the thing played in handheld mode, or not handheld, if you have it plugged in while playing in handheld mode, or just keep it docked with the controller there. Either one works just fine. I do tend to play more like lower end PC games there. Like I've mostly been playing like Final Fantasy 12: The Zodiac Age and Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2, and those games are not graphically demanding like at all by today's standards really. And also, I don't need to play those games in like full 1440p or like 120 hertz refresh rate there and all that. Though the Ally screen does support that, for me, I just like handheld gaming and being able to play games like that. Still look really, really good just on the go is really all I need. Like in my case for Cold Steel 1 and 2, the only other way to play those in a handheld, like officially would be, of course, to have those would be the PS Vita versions, and no thank you. I love the Vita, but between that and the Ally, I would take the Ally every time there. Or to do like PS3 remote play in some fashion there as well. But yeah, with the setup also right now, I have the HDMI cable plugged into a TV. It's working as my monitor here, so this thing is a full-on computer as well. Like I think, of course, I have a keyboard set up here as well, so this thing is essentially better than my laptop, which of course I've had that thing for like 1,000 years now, so of course it's way better than that. Yeah, I took some time earlier. I'm just kind of scrolling through the site here casually. I'll show off game testing here and such in a little bit. But yeah, I got OBS set up on here as well. I got my USB headset configured there as well. And I do plan on recording Trolls in the Sky second chapter off of the Ally here moving forward. It will just be way more efficient that way. It also may even look better. That I'm not really sure of because the game itself is so old anyway, so I really don't know if it will have a difference that way. But yeah, my laptop is just really, really old and all that anyway. It still works well enough, but I just prefer to just use the Ally for like everything else now, really. Um, So yeah, there's just a lot of cool stuff here with that. I'm not going to go too far into the details with the tech specs and all that because it's just kind of over my head, to be honest. Um, but yeah, here's some like the base things here as well. Yeah, 512 gigs of internal storage. And I do also have a 512 gig micro SD card in there as well. So I have a full terabyte of space total to work with, which for me is it is a lot, yeah, but I'm actually getting close to full on excuse me, on space there for that. Um, yeah, here's my desktop screen here for right now. Pretty much, yeah, a whole bunch of games there. I actually forgot I had the screen resolution on only 720p recently, but I bumped it up to 1080p for the recording here, and it does look a lot better. I had it that low mainly just because I did what is it there for better battery life there. Like I don't need to play Trails of Cold Steel 2 with 1440p or 4K with 120 hertz or 120 FPS, what have you, what have you. Like 60 FPS for me, 720p, that's more than good enough for what I need it for, which is just to play a game like that I love in a handheld setting. You guys know I love my handhelds. The Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, the SP, the DS, the 3DS, the PSP, the Vita, the Switch. Um, I fucking love handheld gaming. Always have, always will. Plus, with my other retro handhelds, the Ambernet RG351P, the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, the 4 Pro that I have on the way actually coming here soon as a birthday present from my brother, who was awesome. Anyway, so I don't have my controller actually plugged in right now because I don't have enough slots on my JSO dock to do so. It is kind of full at the moment, like I said earlier. It's full with my headset, mouse, and keyboard for the USB plugs, and then I also have my HDMI cable, the actual power supply for the Ally, and then the one little mini cable from the dock to the top of the Ally, which is how I have it displayed out here as well. But I can show off some games here all the same. Although let me do a little bit of browsing here first. This does run Windows 11. Again, it is, yeah, reiterate, this is a full-on PC. It's just a handheld form. Yeah, I got mine on sale from Best Buy. Actually, open box in excellent condition. So I was able to save like 130 bucks on the thing actually, because normally with the chip, the Xeon Extreme processor, this goes for 700 bucks normally, which might sound like a lot, and it kind of is, yeah. But this is still a full-on PC. Like you're able to dock it with a keyboard and mouse and all that, and use it like you would a normal PC there and everything. So I think it's worth the value. Granted, the Steam Deck and the OLED Steam Deck that's out now are a lot cheaper. Both things are very, very cool, and I can't really decide between one or the other to say which is better because I don't have a Steam Deck OLED. I would love to have one though, just because. But like, I love the Ally, and if I had the Steam Deck instead of the Ally, I know I would love that thing too. So both of them are awesome. Let's just say. So yeah, let's go ahead and show off a couple things here real quick. Yeah, I have a bunch of my emulator set up here. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was having some issues with my PS2 emulator here recently with some weird crashes for whatever reason. I do have that fixed now, thankfully. Um, yeah, let's show off here actually at a better view here. Yeah, just downloads folder here. Yeah, emulators, everything's all organized here, all super good. I do have EmuDeck on here as well. I haven't really used that much at all yet. Yeah, PSP emulators, all the classic stuff there, but also PS3, PS2, GameCube, all that stuff there. PC port here of Link's Awakening, the PC port of Zelda 2, um, all the good stuff here. RetroArch for all like the older systems there and such. Although for a lot of these older games, I actually prefer to play them on my Retroid Pocket 3 Plus there, just for the smaller form factor, just a little more convenient, and also just better battery life there as well. Although that's kind of like apples to oranges, the battery between that and the Ally. But like if I want to play, say, Wild Arms or a Pokemon Randomizer, it's just way easier just to pull out the Retroid and load them up there than on the Ally. And I just like the form factor of the Retroid. It reminds me of like the PSP, PS Vita, and all that. Plus, I just love the thing to death. So for things like that, yeah, I prefer the Retroid. But for things like PS2 emulation, PS3 emulation, stuff like that, yeah, I'll pull out the Ally for that there. And obviously having PC games on the go here as well is fantastic. Like being able to play Penny Arcade 3, any of the games you see here portably is fantastic. Granted, a lot of these games are already available on like the Switch and all that here as well. But I double dip a lot, so that's fine with me. Um, Now it's gonna be kind of weird showing off some games here because again I don't have a controller set up. But let's go and show off Integrate actually. I'll mess around with the keyboard controls as best I can. Oh, never mind. I forgot my Epic password. So this won't work. Never mind. I forgot. Yeah, it's actually it's with my brother's Epic Games account there, and I forget the password entirely. So it's not gonna work. Let's go ahead and show off 13 actually. This will be a pretty graphically demanding game here. Well, actually, even before doing that, I kind of jumped the gun here a little bit. I'm so excited to show off the Ally in general. Need to show off a couple of things that are kind of key with the Ally, actually. Some of its software things here and such, or programs, whatever you want to call them here. On the Ally itself, the button that's to the top right of the D-pad here, give that a press on my end, brings up the Ally Command Center. And here you're able to tap things here anytime you want during gameplay or what have you, to change settings here. Like on-screen keyboard, the FPS limiter. I have it set to only 60 for right now. That's all I really need. I don't know what the AMD RSR is. I've seen it that it's better to have that be turned off for the most part from looking at Ally tips there and such. Yeah, refresh rate, I don't really bother with that much at all. Resolution, all that stuff here. And you can also add more things to this here as well, like more shortcuts there and whatnot. So just a really handy little shortcut thing here. And also you can adjust your brightness and the volume there, and also shut down and such here at a whim. And then on the other side here, it's to the top left of the right analog stick. This brings up the Armory Crate software here. And this will automatically load up all like your Steam games and such here as well. Any emulators you have in there as well for quick access. I tend to not use this very much actually. It is super handy though, to be sure. But I just don't use it much myself because I have things on the desktop that are just already right here. So that works well enough for me here. But yeah, here you can go into your various settings here and whatnot to configure everything here, really. You can also add more things to the command center here as well if need be. But I think I already have most of that covered anyhow. Now, the Ally you see in the picture here does have RGB lights for the analog sticks here. I don't really care about those myself, so I have those disabled. It also helps to save battery life there as well, so that works for me. Oh yeah, by the way, too, with the audio, hopefully it sounds okay. I was trying to do some tinkering with Sky SC earlier, just getting audio levels balanced out there and whatnot. Also, video for that will be up very, very soon. I got into a lapse there again, but don't worry, it'll be back, just to clarify on that. But yeah, I'll tinker with the audio here more in the future to make sure that that's all good there. I don't really need to play that with a controller either, just as a side note, because I have the keyboard for that and that works just fine. So there we go. So yeah, that's all good there. Also, anytime you need to do any updates here for the Ally, update center right here for that. So there you go. Okay, now let's go ahead and show off 13, just for the hell of it. Let's see here. I will bump this up a little bit because I was playing in handheld mode last time I played this, so I had just have it on 1280 by 720. Yeah, let's do a full 1920 by 1080. Why not? Now with this being plugged in here as well, it should run pretty well. I do have it set lowest power setting, that being what is it there? Silent mode, which is a 10 watt TDP setting. But I can adjust on the fly here as well as needed. Yeah, cutscenes here and 60 FPS there. You can see the corner count in the top right there. But yeah, if need be, I can bump it up to 15 watts, which is the performance mode. And then also, when it's plugged in, you can go all the way up to 30 watt TDP. Now, that'll make the fans on the Ally run quite a bit. And I really prefer not to have anything run at that highest setting if I can avoid it. I tend to keep things at a 10 or 15 watt setting there. For better battery life there as well, and so the fans don't need to run quite as loud there as well. But yeah, hopefully also audio here is okay. The game might be a little loud. I didn't do any adjusting to that at all. I just dove right into that, honestly, here. Yeah, this looks fantastic on my monitor right now. Granted, the monitor is a TV, but even still, okay, also, yeah, the game is kind of loud. And I am probably very quiet. Excuse me. Yeah, let's go ahead and just jump to some actual gameplay here. I'm curious to see how that'll look. Now, if I recall, the actual gameplay is locked to 30 FPS on the PC version. I think there's mods out there that can let you go up to 60 FPS. I don't recall for sure. Yeah, here's some of my old files here from forever ago. Also, that's the first time I beat 13, actually, here. My playtime there is super low because I played with a trainer program to make things a lot easier for me there. I think I had things set up like always full ATB, always max Crystarium points just for quick leveling there, just to really breeze through the game. Now, let's see here. Oh, is it still going to be? Okay, no, it's still locked at 30, but that's fine. Yes, I have, yeah, it's kind of weird using the mouse for the camera here for an RPG. WASD for movement there. Yeah, I'm a 30 FPS plebe. I know. Just deal with it. Hey, mouse? This mouse just died? Hello? Okay, well, that's weird. Okay. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and just out of that there. Maybe not the best example for a game to show off just on the fly there, but it got the job done well enough there. I feel like there's so much more I could go over. Like, I would love to show off Integrate there, actually, but yeah, I don't know my Epic password, so that's a no-go. Oh, actually, let's go and show off Cold Steel 2. I've been playing through that a lot lately. Really, I'm trying to beat, not really trying, but I'm gonna end up most likely beating Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, and 4 before Trails Through Daybreak comes out this summer, which, by the way, I can't wait. I'm gonna skip the intro here just because copyright might be a thing, so I hope it won't be a problem, but yeah, I'm gonna just skip over that. Also, sorry. I forgot that was gonna be super loud. But yeah, I'll just load up my save file here that I've been working on here. And let's... okay, that's movement. Okay, that's that. This is also a bad idea. I don't know the keyboard controls for this damn game. Help. Game. Help. Actually, here, let's go and just do it this way. This is what happens when you don't plan things out. Yeah, let's go ahead and just close out of that. And then we'll get back to the desktop here in a sec. There we go. Get the audio bumped back up here a bit. There we go. And yeah, that's just the other system menu thing there. So yeah, that's the ROG Ally here. Just a very casual look through at the thing here. Yeah, this is not a retro game core video with how in-depth he goes into all the handhelds and such that he tests out there and everything. This is just a super casual thing that I felt like showing off, like just for the hell of it there. And yeah, again to reiterate, I will be recording Sky SC on this here moving forward. Audio at first there may be a little bit wonky as I get audio levels balanced out there and such. So I do apologize for anything that sounds weird there, and thanks for your patience there as always, too, of course. I know I say that all the time, but just know that I really do appreciate that. That's me being genuine here as well. As far as, I don't want to say when the LP will be back. It'll be back soon. I don't want to give a hard date, but it will be back soon. That'll do it for me here, guys. Just a fun little video here. Next video that will go up will most certainly be Sky SC, I promise. With that all said, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, this has been Mr. Movies 7 signing off. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.